to begin to understand what their motivation is. And their motivation was to take that statement by the National Urban League and turn it upside down, inside out, and say a brain is a wonderful thing to waste on a Negro. So it's about miseducating you. It's about teaching you to hate yourself, to be afraid of being African, and to want to become something that you can never be. Separate yourself from 5,000 years of African glory and be satisfied with the fraudulent culture that was built on the waste of your ancestors. So we've got a job to do, to return that which was separated from us, and in the midst of trying to return, we got to deal with the insanity that they created. We are the new KKK. We are the new KKK, Ken killing Ken. We've been socialized to hate each other so much that we'll take each other out in a heartbeat and think nothing of it. Do you all know that if white young men were killing white young men to the extent to which black young men are killing each other, it would be declared a national emergency.
Already.
And they would move heaven and earth to identify the problem, to resolve the problem so that they can continue to exist. There's been no such declaration concerning black-on-black crime, black-on-black murder. Why? Because that is what we've been programmed to do. And we need to be clear about that. We need to understand that. That is the program that they planted in our minds, which means that we now, once we understand that, have to reprogram our mind, reprogram our children's mind, so that they can become who we declare them to be, not who the society said that they were. And that's our job. That should be our job. That should be our purpose as we move into a new year and have a new opportunity to reconstruct those things that were created in order to destroy us. I want to build on this statement that was made by Bell Hooks, which speaks to the problems that are confronting us right now. She said the objective of police officers lynching black males 150 years ago or shooting down unarmed black males today is not to kill individuals, but to let every black person in America know that this could happen to you. That's what it's all about. That's why the cops in New York are angry with the mayor of New York, because he said that his mixed race child could be easily profiled. They're mad at him for telling his son the truth. I mean, listen to this madness. Because the program is to destroy us all and to have us be comfortable with our own destruction, as opposed to rising up, changing our mind, and doing the things that we must do in order to ensure that our great-great-great-great-grandchildren will have a place in this society and in this world. That's our job. That's our responsibility. So what we've done for the last 25, 26 years is write books. Do the research, write books, publish books. I published survival strategies as a way of taking the information that I was learning and distilling it in 13 steps that would present a formula or a process, if you will, for us to begin to become aware of the circumstances that are confronting us, so that if we choose to change the circumstances, we can make a change. Survival strategies for Africans living in America. We got the book over there if you're interested. Everything that I'm talking about has been documented. I'm not just making this stuff up. I go to my source, I make the sources available to you, and I share with you how you can use this information to change your mind so that we can grow. I want to reference my good friend, my good teacher, Dr. John D. Clark, who talked about the importance of history. He said that all history is currently fit. Most of our children don't like history. Why? Because they think it's boring. They think it's dull. Why? Because all they see is everybody else in history. They don't see themselves. So no one wants to associate with losers. They don't want to hear about slavery. Nobody wants to hear about them being enslaved. Well, there's so much more to our story than that. If the book of African history was a book of 1,000 pages, the story of our enslavement began on page 997 and is only 2.5 pages long. Huh? What about the other 996 pages of our story? How many of us know those stories? How many of us put a value on reading? See, we need to understand what Henry Berry was talking about, closing every avenue through which light may enter the slave's mind. Meaning, they made it illegal for our ancestors to read and write here in this country. Because if you can't record where you came from, if you can't record your relationship to God, if you can't record the foods that your mama taught you to cook, if you can't record the games that you played or the lessons that you learned in school, then you will become whoever your new owner said you were. It was illegal for over 200 years. So fast forward to this present moment, black folks still don't like to read today because of what has been encoded in our DNA. Those memories are still there. Those are memories that need to be erased and replaced with new memories that affirm that we were the first readers. We were the first human beings to think. First